So let's record this last piece. Okay, it's recording. All right, so final thoughts. So, like I said, these challenge groups are where the magic happens. It really is, because we all know it. We're sitting here as coaches now, which means it's proof that we fell in love when we were in that challenge group. We fell in love with the accountability, with the support, with getting our results. Like, that's where the magic happens. And you cannot, I can't describe what happens in there. You see people get in there, and then a week, 2 weeks later, they're like, oh my God, I'm in love with this. I'm getting the best results of my life. They fall in love with it. And that's what you want for everyone, right? Some people have that reaction, and some people don't, right? It's never a reflection on you. 80-20 rule is prevalent even in your business. 80% of the time, people will do the work. 20% of the time, your challengers or coaches on your team will not do the work. That 20% you can't worry about. As long as you are showing up and doing your job, providing them with the resources that they need, then you're doing what you need to do, okay? And that is always going to happen. If you ever notice, you could start a group with 10 people tomorrow, and guaranteed 2-3 of them are not going to make it through the end. They're not going to finish. It happens every time, right? And that's not on you. That's not a reflection of you. That's completely them, right? So this is the moment where you can shine. This is where you, share your struggles, share your life, talk about your kids, talk about how you incorporated healthy meals to your kids, or how you incorporated healthy lunches for your kids. Show them how you manage to work in your workouts in your busy day. How do you make it work, right? Like, I do 5 a.m. workouts. I go to bed in my workout gear. You see what I got on? I'll be wearing this tomorrow morning because I go to bed in it, right? Like, that's how I make it work, right? I take the excuses away. So you've got to be sharing all those little tips, because one thing I've learned is that the little things that I do during the day, like just the little things I do during the day, that's what people want to know. That's what they want to know, right? Like, they want to know how I get up at 5:30 every morning and do that workout. They want to know how I do that, right? Like, they want to know, if I go out there and make a snack right now and post a video about me making a snack of my yogurt and berries and show them the containers, people freak out about that stuff, right? Like, I get the best views for those videos. Like, people want to know that stuff, right? Like, your groceries, when you come home from the groceries, before you put the groceries away, go live in your group and show them the groceries for the week that you had. Talk about your meal plan. People love that stuff, right? People love learning about some of the things that I teach some of my challengers is how to read a label, right? Like, how to read that ingredient label and what to look for, right? That's part of my background. That's what I show them, because that's what I'm interested in, and that's what I want them to know, right? So sharing those things about your life, right? If you like to garden, go out and do a live video in your garden. Share that stuff with them, right? Because as you share you in your groups, what your hobbies are, what you like, what frustrates you, that's how people connect more with you. And then they're like, I don't want to leave this group, right? You guys are like my second family now. I don't want to leave this group, right? And then they'll end up signing up as a coach. So, big things to remember. A coach. We are not a personal trainer. We are not experts in nutrition. We don't have to be. That's what the programs are for. That's what the nutrition plans are for. That's what all that's for, right? A coach is simply a friend. Your support for them. You're their cheerleader. You're their confidant. You're there to help to remind them what their goals are, why they're there. You're help to give them a kick in the ass if they need a kick in the ass. That's what you're there for, right? You're there to be that support and help and guide them. You can't do it for them, and you're not an expert. So if someone asks you a question you don't know, what's the first thing you do? Google. Go Google it, right? Google and YouTube are your best friends, right? I used to do that all the time. They'd ask me a question. I'd go into YouTube and find a video explaining it or something, and then send them the video, right? So it helps explain it to them. I mean, make sure you read it over and it's something that you would agree with yourself, right? Don't send them some random stuff. But, make sure you check it out first. And you don't have to answer people like right instantly. Like if they post something tonight and you're like, oh my God, I don't know that answer, take the day tomorrow to research it yourself. That's what helps you grow. So, 4 months down the road, when the next person asks you that question, you'll be like, boom, I know it because, I just researched it, right? That's how you grow. That's how you learn knowledge, by doing, right? And this is the big one. Do not undervalue what you bring to the table as a coach. Do not undervalue that, okay? People cannot get what you offer in the gym. They can't get it if they just go out walking. They can't get it if they go to Simply for Life, Weight Watchers, anywhere they go. They cannot get what we as coaches bring to this. They can't. We are the key piece. In the challenge pack, we are the key piece. So if they want to go to Amazon and buy it, okay, that's fine, but you're not going to get a coach. You're not going to get me. You're not going to get my groups. You're not going to get my awesome resources. See you later. You're missing out. They're missing out, right? So the whole point of the investment in the challenge pack, everyone, as soon as they see that $186, all they think about is some shake, but it's not. You are included in that $186. You are included. You're the biggest value there is in that $186. So don't sell yourself short when someone says they can't afford it. Don't sell yourself short. You bring value to the table, right? So it's showcasing that. So when you're talking to someone and you're in conversations with them, make sure you tell them, hey, listen, if you're going to be a part of my group, this is what I'm going to provide you in my group, right? If that sounds like something that you want to be a part of, then I'll send you my recommendations on a program, right? Who doesn't want to be a part of an awesome group with us, right? So that's where it's at. So questions. Does anybody have any questions? Want to know anything? Whatever. My favorite color is black. I've got 2 dogs, 3 dogs. I don't know. Any questions? All as clear as mud, I suppose.
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so you're running your 30-day challenge group and then you bring them over to your ongoing group.
Mm-hmm.
How can you keep those people in your ongoing group engaged? Like right now I have an ongoing group that I put my last group of people into, and I just find I don't know, maybe it's because I never told them what the expectation was in there, but it was they thought, okay, well now we're just gonna wait until the next round, and I'm like, well no, you just keep going. So then now what I'm doing in my group is I'm like, okay, who's ready to start a new round, and kind of did it that way, if you know what I mean.
I always give them a date.
Okay.
So my next group is starting on August 28th. I'm going to have my own separate little, for my first timers, an August 28th start date, right? And I'm going to tell my ongoing group, hey, listen, August 28th is the next round. When we start the next round, who's in, right? And they all start posting, I'm in. Okay, great. August 28th, we start.
And then do you add those people to your new group?
Nope.
No, they just stay in that group and do it. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Unless it's someone let's say it's someone that hasn't posted in a couple of months, they've really fallen off track, and all of a sudden they popped out of nowhere and they're like, I want to do this group, then I'll send them a message and talk to them about it, and I'll probably put them in my first timers group because they're kind of like a first timer again, and really give them some good support again.
And then with that round of your ongoing challengers, do you still do daily posts in there and daily challenges, or no, they just...
I'll post my stuff in there, my workouts and my meals and stuff, and I might post some recipes in there. I'll post stuff in there, but I'm not doing any set daily posts. No.
Okay.
It's when you first get started with these groups, it's going to take time for that momentum to get going, right? It's going to take time. So in my ongoing group right now, I've got good momentum in there. I don't have to post in there. These girls are doing their own thing. But the girls that are doing their own thing in there are all coaches on my team. So they keep it going, right? So there's people in there that I know they're still there because I still check on them. I'm always part of your daily vitals or your daily power hour should be checking in on your customers, right? So I always have 3 or 4 customers I check in on every day. So I'm always going through and checking on these people and seeing where they're at. Sometimes they're posting, sometimes they don't post, sometimes they're doing stuff. Maybe they're waiting for the next one to come, right? Like they're always at some point, but I always make sure I check in on them. I'm not checking in on them daily, but I might check in on them like once a month, once, twice a month. That's it. I never say no. If they want to come and join my 30-day group, like the with my beginners and that, I have no problem with them coming to do that. But if they do want to come do that, then I set the expectation that, hey, if you're going to come do this, you know that I require everyone to be posting. If you're not going to be posting and showing up and participating, then why are you joining, right? So, like I have those conversations with people. We can't be scared to have genuine conversations with people. Like when they give you a money objection, it's never the money objection. Every single person in my group, every coach that's on my team gave me a money objection and they still signed up, right? It's never about money. It's about something else. They're scared to fail. Their husband doesn't want them to. There's something, right? So, and that's when we get those objections, whatever's in your gut that you want to ask them, that's the very question you need to ask them. Because if you ask them a question that's kind of a bit shocking, that's what's going to flip that conversation so that you can start having a real conversation with them and find out what's really could be holding them back, right? And usually it's not really about money unless you didn't show them enough value in it. Because when I get down to the end of my conversations, people are like, what? That's it? I'm like, yeah. Right? So always questions to be asking yourself, right? It's never going to be perfect, but you can work at it. Anybody else? No? Good? Okay. All right. I mean, Kelly's team, you have Kelly, you can reach out to her anytime. My team, if you guys have questions, you can always reach out and ask anytime. Post in the group, ask me, check what we need. All right. All right, guys. Have a great night. Bye.